Get
Let's
ready.
do this. Yeah.
What do you think about like for every recording we one of us tries out a new intro. So I'm gonna give my new intro this week. Okay, are you guys ready for this?
Okay. Go ahead.
Good morning, PPers. Welcome to Pastime Paradise Podcast. You're listening to
Aldrine.
Oh,
Yeah.
this is a lot harder when we're not in the same room. Like
Yeah.
usually, like I'd point at somebody.
Yeah.
This is Aldrine Guerrero.
and
And Aaron Nakamura.
and Kahai Furyin.
Nice.
Ba-ba-ba-ba.
Your boys are back, yo.
Yeah. Second episode. So
Second episode.
trying to bring the energy, trying to, it's like we're recording in the morning, so maybe people are listening to this like on their drive to work, right? And it's a morning talk show kind of thing. So
Yeah, it's actually the best time to record. I just had my cup of matcha, and I'm good to go, baby. It's rushing through my veins right now.
I think it's the opposite for me because I ate a bowl of cereal, and after you eat something with milk, it's like your throat is all gulled up. So yeah, well, that
Really thought that through.
yeah, that intro was a little bit of a struggle, but we'll get through.
That was all your energy. All the energy went into that intro, and then that's it.
Yeah, it's like I hope you guys can carry for the next episodes because I don't know what I can bring in.
They should really curb their expectations anyway. It's episode 2, guys. Come on, just throw us a bone, guys.
Yeah.
Not these Kahai bone.
Yeah. We're still finding our sea legs.
Okay, it's funny we're doing episode 2, and I think we might talk about when do you stop doing something. So first episode we introduce ourselves, and the second episode is when do you quit.
That's par for the course.
Yeah. And then
Some great vibes, man.
and then that's it. That's this is our last episode.
There,
We decided to
2-part
quit
podcast.
now. Yeah.
When do you decide it's time to quit? So we're talking about hobbies, right? Like this podcast is about hobbies and things that we're into. So naturally, like people just kind of phase some hobbies out, or like depending if it's like their schedule, their things, maybe their budget, like if it's like a relatively expensive hobby, or just time in general, or maybe just you as a person have just outgrown whatever hobby that you're into, right?
Yeah, those are all reasonable reasons that people stop hobbies, right?
Yeah. So like getting all that down, or making sure that everyone, we're all on the same page. So those are like legitimate reasons to stop. But what we want to talk about, or at least what I want to talk about, is like what are our personal reasons that we've quit certain hobbies that we've been into. And this affects me personally right now, only because I've just recently decided to quit a hobby that I was very, very, very much into just like about a year ago. So it's a supernova hobby that just burned super bright, and then it just died out for me, which is I was very active, or am still pretty active in the One Piece trading card game community, which is basically a card game, i.e. Magic, Pokemon, things like that. It's kind of like those tabletop, like card game, right? But except it's with cartoon pirates. So basically that's what it is. One of the biggest IP in the world, One Piece, started a trading card game and I'm a huge One Piece fan. If you've been listening to us from like the Ukulele Underground podcast, I've talked about One Piece, and I've actually talked about my journey doing the One Piece card game. And just about a month ago, I decided to kind of put it down and move on from the hobby.
That's also one of a question I was thinking about is, are you quitting like cold turkey where you're just quitting flat out, or is it kind of like fizzling out for you where it's like, it's here and there, but I'm not as active as I was before?
I'd like to fizzle it out, but One Piece is kind of one of those card games that like if it's not as fun if you're not like up to date and up to date with like the meta or all the strategies that are like kind of viable in the recent set, because they it goes in sets, right? Like they release like a new set of new cards you can add to whatever cards that you have, and then the power creep is real in that game, which in every set there's like new cards that just makes a lot of the older cards kind of obsolete. So that's honestly what pushed me to thinking about like phasing the game out, only because the power creep, it has been kind of annoying. And for those of you guys that do know what I'm talking about, I am currently in OP13, about to go into OP14 or EB3, and I'm stopping right at OP14. So I'm currently playing 13. I have all the cards viable, and I'm up to date with the meta. But as soon as 14 hits, like all my cards are, unless I upgrade them, they're basically not that competitive, and I don't want to just go in. Playing for fun is hard in that game, because the community here on Kauai, you can play for fun, but the community here on Kauai is pretty high level, and I was quite surprised. Not that like I didn't think people were high level here, but it's just a smaller pool of people that play. Usually, like high levels, you'll find with people, tournaments that have like 64 to like 128 players and stuff. But here on Kauai, we have a steady like 12 to 20 players only every week that that is competing. And but the skill level is pretty high. So if you're not going in, like with at least with the intention of wanting to win, it's not that fun. it's not fun losing, at least not for me. Like just going home, like it's not fun losing, buddy. I'll go home and I'll play Mario Kart if I have a losing day at One Piece. I'm gonna go home, make myself feel better, but like picking on Mario Kart.
Yeah, that's tough. I think I don't know, it seems like with any hobby, right? It's like it's hard to find people close to you, or it could be hard to find people close to you who are at that same level, because like I think people who are starting off with a hobby, it's nice when you're starting off with other people who are also beginners, so you guys can like kind of grow together.
Yeah, and it was fun, like, so let me kind of hit on the on the points that I made earlier and what drove me to quit. So one, like cards are not cheap. Like card games are not cheap, man. They're kind of a money sinkhole, like, to be honest with you. And I forgot how much of a money sinkhole it was, because I used to play a game called Yu-Gi-Oh, and I sunk a lot of money in that. One Piece is just as, if not more expensive than Yu-Gi-Oh is now. That kind of drove me, because the past couple months, if I'm talking about sets and new cards coming out, there have been like, I think 4 in just like the past like 2 or 3 months that I was playing. 4 sets, and that means you gotta buy like a box, which is about like $120 to $150, depending if your local game shop like will sell it for retail, or they want to make more money out of it, because the demand is super high, so they can basically charge whatever they want and people will still buy it. And so that, it got pretty expensive, and you can't get everything from one box. So on top of the one box that you buy, you have to buy like individual cards that you need in order to complete your deck, right? So it gets pretty pricey. It's about $200-$300 like for every set. So in the past, like, and that's I'm playing like base rarity, which means it's not fancy. You can get fancier. You can get the same exact deck, but like a fancy version for like $1,000-$2,000. It's pretty insane, man. So I'm playing like the cheapest, like most like normal, like pleb looking deck.
Yeah.
But it's still costing me like $200-$300 like every set. So that got kind of expensive. And then time, Aaron and I, like, we run an ukulele school here on Kauai, and the good thing is that it's been getting busier, and I've been getting busier, and I've been working on a lot more like lesson plans and arrangements and like setting up like concerts and stuff for our school. So time wise, I don't have that kind of currency as I used to, right? And then just kind of outgrowing it as well, like I just like a supernova, like I was saying, I jumped headfirst into this hobby. Like I learned it because I was familiar with playing card games. So I learned the meta. I studied super hard. I watched a lot of YouTube videos of like professionals. I watched like championship games from Asia, from Europe and stuff, and I like analyzed all of them. And I happened to to win a bunch of like local tournaments. And the year that I played, I got like 6 or 7 like local tournament wins, and then I participated in regional finals, or regional championships for the games. I think I've done like 4 of those, and yeah, and I just did so much in so little time and participated in so much that I'm kind of burnt out. That I don't know, like it. I think I reached where like a normal person that's not committing like 100 hours like a week into the game is, So I think I just burnt out. And if I wanted to to get any better, if I want to top like place in like top 16, top 8 or whatever over like 1,000-person regionals, I would have to put like way more hours into the practice, into the into the analyzing the meta. And well, for those of you who don't know, I just found out about this, Kahai. I did not know meta was an acronym. It is like most efficient was it tactic available or I forget. It's like something like yeah. It's most I didn't realize. I just thought meta was like, oh, this is like the meta, but that's what meta stands for. It's like most efficient tactic available.
Yeah. Because you hear that for like meta is a term used for any or a lot of nerdy
Any game. Yeah,
like a competitive like thing, right? Where it's like people are talking about, oh, you don't want to use this because that's not
meta,
technical or meta, or it's like you're using this because everybody else is using what's most popular.
Yeah.
And if you use this, you can kind of beat a majority of people or whatever.
Right. So meta is like, that is the best strategy available. Mm-hmm. So meaning like, if you're using anything else, you're already starting at a disadvantage, So I sunk actually a lot of hours just learning and practicing like the meta, and I have a team, of other One Piece players that I play test with, that talk strategies and stuff, and we all of us go to championship tournaments and stuff. It's been super fun. And I made tons of awesome friends, and they're very, very talented. And but I can't put in that kind of hours anymore. Also, I'm a lot older, so my brain just doesn't work as well as it used to when I was playing Yu-Gi-Oh when I was like 20. Now I'm like twice the age that I was playing Yu-Gi-Oh. So it's my brain's just not braining and can't compete with like these crazy smart like 20-something-year-olds that can think like 100 moves ahead.
Yeah, if people don't understand card games, it's like every few months a lot of card games will introduce like completely new cards to the game itself.
Yeah.
And when they do that, like a set, they might say like, okay, this is a new set, and from the old set, these cards are no longer usable to play in tournaments anymore. They might like ban individual cards, or they for Magic, they kind of go like, okay, every card from these last few months, they're no longer viable for tournament play, and you have to use the sets from, we'll say like from half a year ago or so.
Yeah.
So it does like it. If you're playing where you're actually buying all the cards, it can add up where it's like, okay, I gotta buy all new cards now. I can't just use what I was previously using. And like you said, you end up looking up like, what is everybody else playing? What is the thing that is like gonna beat more people, right? If you want to be competitive too,
right?
So.
Especially if you're competing at like a level like a regionals or a national like championship level. If you're not playing meta, it's like, dude, you're just going in there as fodder for everybody else. You're just giving everybody else wins.
And that's where it's like sometimes it's not fun too, because sometimes the way that people figure out how to win or what is meta or what is the most optimal way is actually kind of boring to play, and then that's where I like coming from this from a Magic perspective. It's like
Yeah.
that's where it's sometimes you watch Magic tournaments and it's like, okay,
Magic the
everybody's
Gathering, right?
yeah, everybody's playing the same cards,
Mhm.
and sometimes it's like, oh, it's the first to whoever can draw these specific cards, so they're just passing their turns drawing cards, and it's
Yeah,
basically
man.
like a crapshoot of who wins.
Yeah, so in One Piece, it's like you have one leader, like which represents you, like in the game, and it's like so annoying because the meta right now is like 3 decks, right? So you like playing a mirror match, which is like you playing the same leader as someone else, is like the most annoying thing. It's because it's basically that, like whoever can draw like like the key cards at the right time wins. It's not about strategy and stuff anymore. It's about who goes first or second, like who'll get like that advantage, because if you both have the key cards, then it all falls into whoever goes first. And I'm not into that, because I like the reason why I like my favorite sport is tennis is because it's like a chess match between like 2 people, and it's just like it's a test between like who's mentally, physically better at that moment in time. So I liked One Piece at first because it was basically that. It's like it's me against this person, and it's about like it's about skill, it's about like your decision making and choices, and I mean luck as well, because I mean it's a card game, but at the same time you play the cards that you're dealt, and with enough skill, like you can actually overcome like a bad luck hand. So it was pretty cool. But then the power creep started happening, and it started becoming a lot more and more like difficult to keep up, and that's why. But I don't want to stop playing, because I have fun playing the card game. I just want to stop playing competitively. So what I've done actually is introduce the game to my wife, and so she's learning like how to play the game, and I've created tons of decks throughout the year. So I'm teaching her one of the decks right now, and she's learning how to play it. So, and then I'll teach her another one. So basically, all the cards that I've gathered like in the year, we can just make a bunch of decks out of. And instead of like just having them collect dust somewhere, like me and my wife now enjoy One Piece all the way up until OP13. So it's tons of fun actually, and I love spending time with with my wife in that way, and it's something that we can do together, and it ends up like using the cards that I've gotten, and it's more fun. So like it actually brought back the spark for me about the game, and just coming up with for fun strategies, rather than like, oh, I gotta play this meta deck, or else like I'm going like 0-4 this week or whatever.
It's kind of funny hearing you go through this, because like I think it happens to every card game, right? Where it's there's a competitive style of playing, and then it gets to a point where it's like some people from way before who played, they're like, I don't want to play like those cards, or I don't want to play in that scene anymore. Oh, let's make a new bracket for this type of play. For Magic, it's like, oh, it's called the competitive is limited. Okay, we'll make legacy play now, so you can play any cards from here. And then it's like, well, those cards are really cheating, so we'll make it like, we'll call it this, and it's like only these cards too. Or it's like, oh, you can play any cards you want, but then they're this, so it seems like the same thing where maybe even One Piece will start doing that too, where it's like, oh, okay, there's these types of like you can play these cards from these sets, but then you can't play it from these things or stuff like that, right? Like, whereas like it's not the current meta, but then it's like, oh, it's these types of plays are more for fun, right? In that sense.
See, that's kind of what I liked the deck that I loved playing was like this really annoying deck that just keeps summoning reindeer after reindeer after reindeer after reindeer. There's just like a million reindeers on the field trying to attack you, and just basically each reindeer can just like nibble at your toes. But if there's like 100 reindeers nibbling at your toes, you're gonna die eventually, you know. So it was super fun. It wasn't meta, like at least at the time that I was playing it, or I don't know if ever. But it was just super fun. But I'd get a few wins here or there, but it was, I don't know, that was kind of like my pet deck, and I wish I could play more like fun decks like that than like having to play the meta now, which like it's very like telegraphed as far as what you're gonna play, because like the strategy has been figured out already by like everybody around the world, so you're just following the lines of everybody, which is not that fun, man. So I'm basically going cold turkey as far as competitive One Piece, but I'm playing at home with my wife and having a blast.
I guess Aaron, do you have any hobbies that you had to quit or that you gave up?
I guess for me, it's always just been like life happens, so like slowly I'll stop doing something that I was doing before. I guess one thing that kind of comes to mind for me is that I was like really into meditation at one point, where like, I mean, not like some people are like really into it. I just made it because but like for this podcast, I think we were talking about rituals originally, right? And so that became like my morning ritual, where I would meditate, get up. First thing I do, even before I brush my teeth, is like meditate. And it's kind of weird because it's like it's one of those things that is subjective, I guess. It's hard to measure if you're getting better at meditating or not. But it's like so I felt like I was getting pretty good at it. And then I think I plateaued, right? It's like I guess it's kind of similar in that way, right? Where you get to a certain point and you're happy with it, and then you plateau, and then you kind of lose interest. so yeah, I got pretty deep into meditation, and then there was a point, because I was pretty deep into meditation and it became part of my regular routine, that I started playing around with other related things, like the float tank. I think I told you about that like a long time ago, that I was like into. There was like a lady that lived on Kauai that owned a float tank, and you could rent it out.
Would you?
It's
did you have to go to the lady's house, or like?
Yeah.
Oh,
I mean,
wow.
So it was like it's like a sensory deprivation tank.
Yeah.
And so, like, part of the problem with meditating is that it like you have to ignore a bunch of bodily sensations, and you have to and that's part of what makes meditating challenging. But if you remove a bunch of those, the outward stimulation, you can go deeper. It's like cheating basically with meditating, right? If you can go into a sensory deprivation tank, it's like removing a lot of stimulus around you, and then you can, like, using your current meditative abilities, you can go deeper instantly. And so
would you say, Aaron, that the sensory deprivation is the meta of meditating? The most efficient tactic to meditate?
No, not necessarily.
I feel like the analogy
doesn't equate in that way.
I feel like the analogy there is like the sensory deprivation tank is the steroids for like baseball. It's like for meditation. It's like gives you a boost up in the game.
I just wanted to say meditating.
No. It's the game genie, maybe.
Because what you're saying, Aaron, right, is like without the sensory deprivation tank, you should, like, when you meditate, if something happens, you notice something, it's like you're using your will of mind to, like, okay, like let that go or don't get caught up in whatever that thought is.
Yeah.
But with the sensory deprivation tank, it's like you don't even notice those things because it cuts you off from everything outside stimulation.
It removes a lot of other external stimuli. So yeah. And then it's same kind of deal where like I was doing it maybe once or twice a month, and then it just gets expensive because it was it's kind of it's expensive to buy a meditation or a sensory deprivation tank or a float tank. So what it is, for people who don't know, is like it's a pod that is big enough for most people. So it's maybe about 7 or 8 feet long, and it's filled with water, and they dump a ton of salt into the water so that it basically kills whatever bacteria, and it allows your body to float. So you go into it, like you take off all your clothes, you go into it, and the top of it closes, and so you're just floating. And the pod itself monitors the water temperature and the air temperature and makes it equal.
That's crazy.
So it's almost so you're floating like half, you're lying down basically. So half your body is in the water, half your body is out of the water. But you can't really feel the difference between the water and the air.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's almost like you lose track of your orientation in space. It's almost like floating in space.
Wow, that's crazy. How much was it? How much? You said it got expensive. How much to do that?
It was years ago. So I think for a session, like an hour session, it might have been about $100.
That was then. What do you think? Do you think it stayed the same, or how expensive do you think it would be to do something now like that?
I'm not too sure. I think it depends on the amount of float tanks in your area, because if it gets
I guess so.
if it gets competitive, then it drives down the price. But there was only one on Kauai, so
so, I mean, you guys, I guess you can go somewhere else and do. You mean there's nothing else? That's too bad.
yeah. So it was like a lady who ran it. She had like a separate area of her house. And then she also did massage, so it was kind of part of her offerings, her massage offerings. Like you could do that, or you could get a massage and then jump in the float tank afterwards. But I was not interested in the massage at all. I'm a very bony person who doesn't like massages.
I remember I've been in a massage parlor at like in the Philippines with you. Like Aaron and I like toured the world and stuff, like playing music. So our hosts, they're like, we'll send you to this like very famous like massage parlor / buffet. Like after to get your massage, you just eat like a bunch of food. And I remember being in the same room as Aaron. We're getting our massages, and he's just having the worst time. That like he was like, "Oh, you speak the language, Aldrine. Can you tell the lady to like not go as hard?" So I told the lady like, "Oh, my friend says you're going a little too hard on him. So can you like ease up?" And she's like, "Oh, but your friend is so tense, sir. If I don't, I kind of have to in order to like loosen up whatever." I'm like, I know, but he doesn't like this to begin with, so I don't think he cares if it's successful or not. We're just kind of forced to be in this room.
I'm tense because you're touching me.
Yeah, that's what I hate about like massages too, or like when they're like really working it into you, right? And then it's like you're like, oh, it kind of hurts, and then they're like, yeah, but once I just like push on the spot as hard as I can, it's like it'll
just dissolve.
It's gonna pop this bubble. I'm just like trying to pop this bubble, and you're going like, oh, it hurts more, and they're like, yeah, that's a good sign. Let me just. But
it's a good hurt, right?
Yeah.
It's a hurt.
Yeah, my dad tries to do that to me too, where it's like he's twisting my neck, and then he's like, okay, let me just twist it a little bit more. I'm like, no, Dad, no, I can't go anymore.
And you're talking to him like face to face from the back. And your head is turned all the way around.
Yeah. So usually I'll go like, oh, my neck is kind of stiff. And my dad's like, well, I can massage it. I'm like, no, I'm good. It's not that stiff anymore. I'm okay. I'm okay.
So what happened in your life, Aaron? You said like life stuff kind of happened.
So the reason why I stopped doing the float tank stuff was just because of that. It was getting a little bit expensive, and then I didn't feel like I was getting more out of it every time that I went into it. And then from there, I decided to double down on my meditation practice because I figured if I just get better at meditation, then that's when jumping in the float tank would yield more benefits. So I started doing that, and then one of the things about meditation is that like it's really good if you're able to do it regularly, and then once you stop doing it regularly, then it's almost like you got to get back on the train, It's like going to the gym, right? So you get jacked, and then if you don't do stuff for a month, then you got to start all over again.
Yeah.
So I think life started happening. I started missing more morning meditations, and then back to square one. So even now, like I've been doing it, but not as regularly. So I'm trying to get back into meditation now. But yeah, it's kind of the same thing as all the other hobbies that I've tried and then quit and now trying to get back into. So one is meditation. Another is like studying Korean. That's another one of those things where I was like super into it, and then I got to a certain point and then didn't feel like I was getting any better. Or I didn't feel like the current. It's hard because like when you want to get better at something, you're not completely sure what strategy or tactic is gonna help you to get better. So you try a bunch of things, and then if it's not working, then you have to go into the discovery mode of like, maybe I'm doing something wrong, right? And so that takes effort as well. So it's almost like, you have to do a bunch of research first before you can even start getting better again. So
and I feel like it's kind of hard because isn't it, I don't know, at least for music, like I feel like you can research and you can like look into things and read about music and stuff like that. That's just, I feel like that's the thing that all of us will be able to understand the best, right? But it's like with music, it's not until you actually start doing that that's when the big breakthroughs happen, right? Too. So I think even with other hobbies is like when you're researching, it's like, I guess that's what I should be doing, but then you still have to put like your foot to the ground and you gotta go in and like actually do it. And when you do it, it's like still might be hard to tell. It's like, am I actually making a difference? Like what's going on, right? So
yeah. And then that's one of those things where we definitely notice people go like down a rabbit hole in the wrong direction or in a different direction that's just getting you away from practicing. So it's like a gear kind of like a gear rabbit hole instead of like it trying to get better. It's like collecting things. So.
From the actual doing, right?
People want to fill that void, that's why. So like if you feel like you've plateaued or something and you miss that like that endorphin of like, oh look at all this new stuff that I'm learning, or like I'm doing more things, and then you look for that high somewhere else but still related to what you're doing. So most people just go and go and buy gear and stuff to fill that void of like I accomplished something.
Because like for
it's like a distraction.
For like music, right? It can be where it's like, well, I'm not really getting better with my technical skill, but if I buy this more expensive instrument, I'll sound better because the instrument sounds better. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna spend more money that way or invest more in that way. So it's totally understandable why people get into it.
It's the same. A lot of people like will judge like gamers when they buy like skins for their character or for their for their equipment and stuff. It's basically the same thing because you're not like playing any better. You just got a new skin on, So like you're just playing it on a different instrument or a better looking or sounding instrument, but like what you're doing on the instrument doesn't really change. I mean, you think it does because you're like, no, it sounds so much better, and I play so much better because this feature allows me to whatever. It's like, well, no.
Yeah, or it could even be like with the intention of getting better too, right? Like buying a book on it and not reading it, or buying a video series like a downloadable video series and then never like actually doing it. So but like you can that's part of it, like let me research and find out what the best way to do this is, and then you're just chasing after that dragon, like of like feeling like, oh, I need to get that, that high again of like, man, remember when I was learning and because the cup was empty, like it's a lot easier to fill and a lot easier to feel like fulfilled with like, man, I'm really like doing good in this and I wanna keep doing good, but then there has to be like a plateau sooner or later,
Or it's like the improvements become harder to see, right? And we used to tell people like, hey, record yourself, because it's like you're making small improvements day to day, but you can't see the wide improvement that you've made over months or whatever. And then also it's like I think people listening to this will be like, oh, they're talking about me. I bought this gear. But then...
oh, hey, that sounds familiar.
Yeah. But we're saying it from personal experience too, though, right? Yeah. Like, I think we've definitely had it where it's like, or at least for me, it's like, I'm buying this new pedal and it's going to make me sound great. And I have fun with it. And then it's like, after a few months, I'm like... I didn't really need that thing. It's like, I barely use it anymore. It is fun, but is it really necessary? I don't know. It's always, I feel like, it happens a lot.
Well, how about you, Kahai? Did you quit a hobby recently, or like what's your story?
Yeah, I think. So I was gonna ask you guys, like, if it's when you quit, is it cold turkey or does it fizzle out? Because I feel like for me, a lot of my hobbies like kind of fizzle out, and it's not really like one day I decide I'm gonna quit this altogether. It's just like I'm losing interest in this. I don't really want to do this anymore. And a couple of the things, like, it's funny you guys mentioned too in our first podcast, is like, I think Aaron said keyboards, that I was really into keyboards. And yeah, I was, but like, that's kind of one of the things is like, I got nice mechanical keyboards, and a part of mechanical keyboards is like tinkering with it and making it exactly how you want it. And I got one of the keyboards that is kind of like my holy grails, and then I built it out and I did everything to it. And then I was like, okay, I think I'm satisfied. Like, that's like, I'm still a part of like discords and stuff where they tell you like, hey, this new keyboard is coming out, and I'll check it out and be like, that's cool, but I'm pretty happy with what I have, so I don't really need to spend anymore. And I kind of feel like my other hobbies like that too are like headphones too. Like, I haven't gotten new headphones or I haven't gotten new stuff, and that's just because I'm like pretty happy with what I have. Every once in a while I'll see new stuff, but I'm like, that looks cool, but I also am happy with the gear that I have already. And then butterfly knives too. I was like collecting butterfly knives, but then it's like I found one that feels really nice, and I'm like, do I really need another one? It's like, will it really feel that much better to get another one? Or it's like I have one that I really like. So yeah, I kind of feel like that too that's a good reason, right? Where it's like, I'm pretty happy with what I have and where I'm at, so I don't need to go into this, at least monetarily invest in it anymore.
So for normal people, like it's hard for them to kind of relate to like to playing like a card game, because most people would not play a card game, or like relate to like meditating, because most people would not meditate. But everyone uses keyboards, guy. Like, and everyone has at least once in their life like put a set of headphones on. How good can those things get? So you're talking about you reach the pinnacle, like your holy grail of of keyboards. What does that look like for somebody that doesn't know? Because I dabbled into it a little bit. I made one and I'm good. Like it is nice, but what does that look and sound like, that keyboard?
Okay, I believe this keyboard is manufactured in the chassis of the keyboard is manufactured in Korea.
Okay.
And it's made out of like aluminum, and it's like aluminum, and then it has a metal weight on the bottom of the keyboard to make it even heavier too.
Mm-hmm.
And that really, like, all those things are just affect how they look. They don't really change maybe the sound a little bit, but yeah, it's more about like, oh, I want my keyboard to look this way. And then to customize it, this keyboard, it has a kind of cool thing, because you can like change how the actual, I don't know how to explain this, the board that takes what you're typing and puts it into the computer, you can change the layout of that so that it kind of feels differently. So that's also another thing that makes it special, and then it just makes it more expensive. And kind of like the thing, you start spending money and then you realize like, did I really need to buy this? It's like there's that curve, right, where it's like people say like, you like the dumb entry level thing, then you spend a lot of money, and you like the super expensive thing, then you go back down again and you're like, I'm refined, I like the dumb thing again, I like the dumb entry level thing again. And it is realizing like, yeah, it's like, people, if you like your $10 keyboard from wherever, that's perfectly fine too. So it's just nitpicky, and you get into like, oh, I'm gonna make it sound like this, or I'm gonna use these keycaps because they feel a certain way. So yeah,
so I mean, a lot of it's aesthetic, but then a lot of it, and you mentioned feel, because I dabbed a little bit into it, like thanks to you, and it does make a difference, dude. Like, I had a Logitech keyboard before, like, and it did the job, but switching over to a mechanical keyboard, like, I don't know, for some reason it just like, it makes you wanna type stuff in there. So I'm guessing like if you're, say, like a student or like a secretary or anything that is like typing heavy, it makes it more enjoyable than not enjoyable at all. Because like you're working and or studying or writing out an essay or whatever it may be. But if the actual doing part like is enjoyable, like you want to go on it, or you change the aesthetics and you're like, I want to look at my pretty keyboard while I do this, it does make a difference. And I think like the as long as you're not going crazy with the investment on it, because some gets kind of nuts, right? There's like some artisan like keycaps and stuff that cost like hundreds if not thousands of dollars.
Yeah. I don't know, it's almost like the analogy where it's like, you can get into cars, right? And you can get an expensive car that has like, it's good to drive or it's fast to drive, but it has creature comforts too. And then like the higher end up you get, right? Or it's like, oh, this car is like the fastest in the world, but it doesn't have AC. So it actually kind of sucks to drive. Like, it's not enjoyable to drive anymore. I feel like the same thing happens with like these kinds of hobbies too, right? Because I like made a keyboard for my mom, and she's like, oh, I love it. It's like pink, her favorite color. And I made it like have these settings that she likes and everything. But then she's like, then she went back to using her Logitech keyboard, and I don't blame her for it. And it's like, oh, why? And it's like, oh, because I don't like having to plug in my keyboard every time. I want like a wireless keyboard. And that keyboard that I made for her is not wireless. It needs to be plugged in too. So it's like where some of those things get lost. And then it's like you realize, or like I said, right, like I make coffee and I spend like a ton of time making coffee. And then my parents are like, I like the K-cup because you just put it in the pod and you press start. And 5 minutes later or like 2 minutes later, I get a nice hot cup of coffee. So yeah, it's like,
But that tastes like trash.
yeah, it's that curve, that brain curve where it's like low IQ and then you go up and then you go back down and it's like, yeah, it's okay to like whatever you like. It's fine. It's all garbage anyways. Whatever. Just do whatever you want. So yeah.
So like what about headphones? Because like I'm pretty sure everyone in the world has put on like a pair of headphones like at least one time in their life.
Yeah. I don't know. You just
What does the pinnacle look like?
The pinnacle of headphones. There's
for
headphones,
you at least.
Yeah, like I have 3 headphones that I keep by my desk that I really like, and I'll change them out and I'll use them. And I use one headphone like pretty much every day. That I think that's one of my like ideal headphones. I really like it. But for most people, like they're gonna listen to it and be like, okay, it sounds good. But I don't know. It's headphones. The reason why too I got into headphones is like, it kind of was like a creep. Like I got nicer things and then I listened to music and then it's like, man, this makes the music sound really good. And then it's just like, okay, well, I'll invest a little bit more in this and I'll get this. And even looking at my desk, I have a stack of headphone like amplifiers. So you have to plug in something into it to make it make sound. Like you have to plug a DAC into it to make sound. But they make sound differently. They make it sound, headphones sound good. So I have a few of them, and yeah, you can get really into it where, I mean, I spend a lot of money on these things, but there's people who spend a lot of money, like car level money, like house level money on headphones.
Because you figure there's, there's some like super wealthy musicians, that made their wealth through music. So guys like that would probably spend like car money on some headphones just to experience music at that level, right?
That's kind of the funny thing is because like I think the people who enjoy headphones are not necessarily like musicians or producers or anything. And when you see the headphones that producers use for like mixing and mastering or the speakers, those speakers are garbage. They're terrible. And
maybe it's because like, they're trying to mix for like the common man, right?
Yeah, it can be said that, but then they've also said like it makes things sound so bad that it picks up things in your recording that will stand out, and so that's where they can mix it down or make it sound not as loud, right? But one of the most well-used mixing speakers, like it's known for being so bad that a common fix for it is you just tape tissue paper to the front of it to dampen it a little bit. I mean, like that is a thing. And like a lot of, I mean, it's kind of like snobby. People are like, oh, these headphones, you shouldn't. After I just said like, just enjoy what you like, it's all the same, whatever. And
you can put your monocle on, Kahai. You can put your monocle on and and twist your mustache and tell people about the headphones.
It's so hard too because it's all like subjective, right? It's not objective where it's like you give something to somebody and it's like, doesn't this sound great? They can be like, no, it doesn't sound good because they might not be able to hear the things that you hear. Like they actually might not be able to hear it. So it's just all these things is like, just enjoy what you like, man. Life is too short. Just do whatever. I
guess with today's episode, like if you're not enjoying it anymore, you can stop. Apparently,
yeah, I can. I don't know. Sure.
That's your choice. Also, like enjoy what you enjoy, and once you stop enjoying it, you can.
Yeah.
And you can go move on to something else because there's tons of stuff. And I was just talking to my friend about this last night. That's because she was asking me like, oh, so like what are some of your hobbies, because they know like I'm into ukulele, and I'm like, my hobbies are actually collecting hobbies is my hobby. I'll get into something, then like it'll fizzle out and get to something else, but then I learn a lot of like random like skills along the way just because I got into a bunch of random hobbies. It's like, yeah, butterfly knife, I guess I could do that. Like, I'm not like super good at it, but I can do it, you know? Or like close up magic, or cardistry, or like putting colored screens, like backlit screens on Game Boys. Like, I know how to do those things randomly. Like, I just collect hobbies.
Yeah, and I think it's funny for all of us, right? We have like these different hobbies, and it's weird how sometimes they will work itself into other aspects of your life without like you even thinking about it. Because I know like me and Aaron have talked about how it's like knowing magic tricks. It's like it kind of helps you with editing videos. Like you kind of start to see like, oh, okay, maybe it should be from this angle instead of this, because you see things better here than here, right?
Yeah.
Or other stuff. So it's like I had a friend who in high school, it's like when I told him like, yeah, I'm not going to college, or I'm not going to do that. And then it's like I was into all these things, magic, all these things. I remember he said he told his dad, and his dad was like, man, that kid has to get a swift kick in the butt. He has to get going and do stuff. But it's like, yeah, it's, I don't know if I can say that it's all led to, good things, but if you have fun learning something or getting into a hobby, it's like, I don't know if it's necessarily like a waste of time. It's like, just enjoy it for what it is, right?
Yeah.
Like, I think that's the big thing.
I think a fulfilling life is worth living, right?
Yeah.
Because if you're going through it and you're miserable every day, even though like no matter how successful, but if you're miserable, then like it just, what's the point?
Yeah. Or it's like, that's kind of the thing, right? Is like there's people who work all their life, and then they might have like a lot of monetary equity and stuff.
Yeah.
And then that's where it's like they come into the hobbies, and then they're like, I'm going to buy the fastest car, or I'm going to buy the most expensive headphones or whatever. But like, can you really say that they're enjoying it more than the person who's like, well, I only have $20, but I'm going to buy whatever I can enjoy,
Yeah. Do you have recommendations as far as headphones, like where people would start at different price points, or should people just go on Amazon
not
and figure it out?
Not Amazon. Yeah.
What's a website that you use, Kahai?
Okay, yeah, and it's like a little snobby. It's there's these guys, or it's headphones.com, like, and they're a store that sells headphones.
I would have never thought.
How did they get that domain?
yeah, it's great that they did. But they sponsor videos for people to review headphones. And the guys who review the headphones, I think they're pretty subjective, and they try to be pretty, they actually say like, okay, this is my objective, or this is my subjective take, but then this is objectively what we found when we've tested it. Like, we can show you how it should sound to most people, and they show on a graph, and they've done tests where it's like people enjoy headphones in this certain region. So if you can find a headphone like that fits those things, it's like not guaranteed, but you probably will like it. It's like most people like these headphones. When they put it on, they think it sounds good too. The other problem with headphones, and the reason why like some kind of bad headphones get hyped up, is because the thing is, people put them on and they listen to it and they get used to how it sounds, and then so after months they're like, oh yeah, I love these headphones, they sound great. But if you put it on like a measuring like machine, it's like, no, this sounds so weird. It's like it's boosting these frequencies, it's ducking these frequencies. It's like, we don't know how you can listen to anything and be like, yeah, it sounds normal, it sounds great. But the human brain itself can like take that and be like, okay, we'll interpolate it for you and make sure you still get the information you need, So something I wanted to ask you guys is like, of the hobbies that you let go, so you mentioned Yu-Gi-Oh, Aldrine, right?
Yeah.
And you said you haven't like completely let go of One Piece. You're like still kind of playing for fun with Heather and stuff. But is there hobbies that you look at? Have you looked at Yu-Gi-Oh before and been like, maybe I'll dabble back into that. Maybe I'll get back into that. Or is there hobbies that you do want to get back into currently?
Because I would go to a local game shop on LGS to play One Piece. There's people there playing Magic. There's people there playing Yu-Gi-Oh and Pokemon and stuff. And I always see it, and they're always like, "Hey, you want to play Magic with us?" I'm like, "No, I'm not about to sink like $1,000 into a deck, and play Magic." And Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh, I'm always like kind of tempted. They're always there, but and I just always have to keep the chant in my head. Jesus loves me, yes he does. Try to get away from the temptation,
They're not like just play the online game. You don't have to actually buy packs. You get a free pack every day, or if you play enough games, you get a free pack.
That's like the people trying to get you into drugs to give you free hits.
Yeah.
I was
No,
thinking that
just
exactly.
say no. I don't want to do that stuff. That if Dare has taught me anything, Kahai, is to not even once.
Not even one.
Aldrine, I think you're talking from experience though, right? Because when you started One Piece, you're like, "Hey Kai, I got you this starter deck, so you can get."
Yeah, but then you never tried it, so it's like somebody could give you drugs, but you have to actually do the drug, Kahai, to get addicted to it.
Yeah, and it's because I know my personality that is like, no, I'm already sinking money into other stuff. No.
Yo, that deck is right now currently the deck that I gave you is an A or like maybe a B plus tier deck. It's pretty good right now in the current meta. It's pretty good.
Maybe I'll start playing then. Maybe I'll get it.
Yeah, Zoro and Sanji right now are what's considered as anti-meta because it's an off-meta deck that the meta has trouble playing against. So it's a pretty good time to get into it. If you need some cards, I have a bunch for you to build that deck with.
So even if there's all these all these other trading card games that you've seen and people have offered to get you into, you're kind of still nah, I don't need to do that.
I don't think it's more me saying no to that. I think it's my wallet and my wife probably are saying no to getting into another expensive hobby because I guess given if I had unlimited resources, then yeah, why not get into Magic and Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh all over, because I do enjoy card games. I like cards in general, and that's why when you introduce me to cardistry, I'm I already like cards, so I'm down to do this and collecting playing cards and stuff. So I'm just, I don't know, I like cards in general, and if I had unlimited resources, I would. And resources meaning not just money, but time and energy and stuff like that. I would definitely pick it up. But just like what Aaron said, life happens, man. And right now, my life needs my attention on the important things, like my job, my children.
Yeah. I think we mentioned in the first one, right? There's hobbies that you just never give up, or you can never imagine yourself
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm
surrounded by 15 of them right now.
Yeah.
In this room alone. And that's my ukulele, if anybody was wondering.
Aaron, do you have or is there something you want to return to? You want to get back into?
Yeah, running definitely, and not competitively, or I guess I never was competitive, but just as far as signing up for races and trying to get better at with my own time. I actually don't care anymore. I started running when I was in my 20s, and I wanted to. It was actually inspired by Jake Shimabukuro, because we met him when he was it must have been when he was in his 20s too, right?
Yeah, I think he was turning 30 also.
He was turning 30, and we were in our early to mid 20s.
Yeah.
And he was turning 30, and he said I want to run a marathon for my 30th or whatever.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Yeah. And so I had always wanted to run, and so I got into it after that with the intention of running a marathon before I hit 30 as well. And so I got into it. I ran my first marathon, the Honolulu Marathon, just before I turned 30. And then I was trying to get better, like earnestly trying to get better at running for maybe about 4 or 5 years after that. And then once I hit all of my goals, I ran the races that I wanted to run. I ran the Kauai Marathon, and I did as far as like time, I did pretty good for myself. And then I ran an ultra marathon, which I never thought that I would, like 50 miles instead of just 26. And then after that, like it really dropped off. Like, you know, I didn't have any motivation to get better or faster.
Have you done any ones in the mainland?
Yeah, I've done marathons in the mainland. I've done trail runs here and on Oahu. And
I think that's part of the charm, right? Like people like wanting to go visit these places and run over there, right?
Yeah, to travel and run. I guess, yeah, I think that would make me want to sign up for one, is if I find a destination run that would be really fun to do, and if a bunch of my friends were to do it too, that would be fun. But yeah, right now I just need to get back into running regularly, because I think my currently it's basically just been once a week that I've been running, so I gotta get back into that and running more often, just getting back into shape. But it's more like, at this point, it's more for longevity. So like I don't necessarily need to be faster or better or stronger. I just need to be able to do it forever. My goal is to be able to be running, like, you know, if I'm lucky enough to live into my 90s, like I don't want to be like not able to at least jog, you know. That would be cool if I can get to that point and like I can jog.
Yeah,
you
one
know,
of those,
even
like,
it's really, really slowly.
Yeah, at the Honolulu Marathon, aren't there like 80 something year old people like running that marathon?
Oh yeah.
It's
So
crazy.
I still have friends who are motivated to get better, and as we age, every age category is still competitive. It's amazing.
That's crazy.
Yeah, because like when you hit your 30s, it's like, oh yeah, everybody's trying to prove that they're not like, you know, I'm still as good as I am when I was in my 20s. And then when you hit the 40 age group, it's like, oh yeah, I'm still young, you know. and then in their 50s, it's like, oh yeah, like these this group of people, like they're not as committed anymore, so like I'm just gonna double down and commit, and I can probably win this age group, and like everybody else is thinking that way too, you know. So every single age category now is pretty competitive. If you go to major races, it's ridiculous. People are living longer and trying to live healthier, which is like, I guess it's a good thing. But yeah, it's if you're trying to go for time, it's really competitive still.
It sounds like you kind of just want to do races again, or just get back into it. But do you ever see yourself like looking into things that are like more challenging for that aspect of like, oh, this race is harder because of the environment, so that seems kind of interesting, and I want to like get into it to train for that specific goal?
No, not necessarily. I think because my goal is longevity, I just want to do things that I won't get hurt in. You know. Yeah. So like I love running trails, but I don't think I would want to do something like super technical. But I would sign up for a race, like a trail race, just to get me back on trails. And not go crazy. Do it safely, but that's part of it too, right? Like part of the reason why like I like running trails is because there are so many unexpected things, and you have to be like hyper vigilant when you're running. I guess it's like any like fast twitch muscle kind of activity. your brain goes into like hyper mode, and it almost feels like you have superpowers, right? You're keeping track of everything coming at you like really, really quickly, and it's almost like time slows down.
Or it almost feels like you're reacting to things faster than you think, right? It's like,
Yeah.
oh, I caught myself, but I wasn't doing that, like, or at
Yeah.
least I didn't notice that I was like even thinking about that or even noticing something like that.
Yeah, and then I noticed that trail running also like helps with a lot of the stability muscles in my legs and ankles, and the stronger that those get, the better you are at catching yourself in normal everyday situations and not taking a spill. So so that's like it would be a good thing if I can get back into that. But yeah, it's one of those things where you really have to commit some time to it. So
Yeah.
I gotta carve out some time in order to do those things.
So something that I've like I still do, but it's hard, right? Or it's like archery, and I just shoot my bow in my backyard. But then I think things like that, isn't it always hard when it's like, or running when it's like, it's raining today. It's like, do I really want to go outside? It's like, I'll just skip today. And then it's like the next week comes by and it's like, oh, I don't know if I want to do it. So I think that happens a lot too, where that's kind of like the signs of like a fizzle out, right? It's like, just you end up making more excuses to not do it rather than like getting out and just doing it anyways, or doing whatever you can. I like that you brought up earlier, like that getting back into Korean and like, or meditating and stuff. Cause I was going to say, for meditating is like, you just need that owl to tell you like, hey, this is your 30-day streak. You're doing good.
Yeah.
It's like it's funny how people stay on stuff if it's just a stupid cartoon owl telling them, hey, you're doing a good job. Keep at it.
Hey,
Yeah.
you leave Hedwig out of this.
Yeah. Yeah, actually, for meditation, I was using this app. It's like a meditation headband where it's called Muse. So yeah, you basically put a headband on and it measures your brain waves, and then it'll give you biofeedback that gently reminds you if you're straying.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it's pretty cool, and it worked for me if I tailored the biofeedback. A lot of people said that they didn't like it because it's more distracting, but you can tailor the volume settings based off of what you like, and I fine-tuned it to the point where it is actually very helpful for me, but not everybody is gonna want to tinker with that for themselves. So for the majority of people, like just making it a regular practice is probably better. But there are devices and things that you can play around with, but like, yeah, it's another rabbit hole that you have to go down before you even start doing the actual thing. So
Yeah, I think it's funny that we're all like that, where it's like, we'll tell people, yeah, it's so much fun and it's so great. You just gotta open up this thing and resolder these wires, and then you have to set it up like this, and you have to do it like that. But once you do everything, it's so much fun, and it's so good.
fun. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Most people are not gonna do that. It's like, no, but that's why it's fun. Like
Yeah, like for headphones, right? It's like most people is just like, oh, I just use my Bluetooth to connect my headphones to my phone and I can listen to music. And then I bring out my thing and it's like, okay, let me turn on my portable tube amp. It has to warm up a little bit before you can hear it. But then and then I'll connect it to my phone, and I'm playing a lossless file through my phone so you can hear the best quality sound.
yeah.
Yeah.
Is that like with Spotify? No, it's a separate service that you
Yeah.
Get out of here.
Yeah.
Spotify.
Spotify in their MP3 format.
I've had a friend I was showing a headphone on, and she's like, oh, how can I listen to this music? Is it on Spotify? And it's like, No, this is music I ripped from a CD as a lossless file, so I keep it on my phone, and you can't really find it anywhere else. I had to buy it directly from Japan, so yeah.
Yeah, most audio players can't play this type of file.
Did you say that as you like fixed your monocle and twisted your mustache, Kahai?
No, yeah. Yeah. It's like, do you ever catch yourself like saying something and it's like, gosh, I'm a huge loser. It's like, man, this is not as cool as I think it is. So
Nah, it is, Kahai, and we love you for it, buddy.
yeah, it's just like,
You are the coolest.
yeah, I'm sure there's a lot of people who think that. Yep.
Nah, there's some cool people that wear headphones. You know, Tai from Digimon, and you know, lots of cool people that wear headphones and stuff, like cool big nice headphones. You know, like that the protagonist from The World Ends With You. You know.
Yeah, so cool. So cool.
The Napster logo.
The Napster logo, the cat. Yeah. People love cats, Guy.
Yeah. It's like I don't take my headphones out like in public, but then I use IEMs out in public, and even people are like, why do you have like wires going to your earphones? Like, what? Just get AirPods. What's going on, man?
Ew, what is that? Wires? Gross. Ew, his phone has buttons.
Yeah.
At least
No. His phone has the jack to put the wire in.
yeah.
That's right. They don't even have the 1/8" jacks anymore.
Yeah. And I'm not.
Are you like that meme, Kahai? You know, like that meme with like that drawing with that guy in the party and on the side, like how they don't even know that I have, you know, I'm listening to lossless files right now on my headphones.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So we're the coolest, guy. This is why anyone who listens to this podcast instantly gains +5 in cool. Right? And their cool stats. And +5 to the cool roll in their stats.
I think this is around when the last time in the episode we're talking about Excelsior and cool things like that, right? So yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Oh, you just said the coolest word ever, I think, known to man.
Yep.
I mean,
so.
Facts are facts, dude. Like, people lined out the door to meet the guy and to get a picture and get his autograph of the guy who created the word Excelsior. Lines out the door. People paying, myself included, lots of money to take pictures of the guy who created Excelsior, guys. So put respect to the name, baby.
Yep. I guess so. Ooh. And look at me, I'm so cool. Yeah.
So gang, let's ask the audience some questions. We talked extensively about our hobbies and stuff. We want to get to know you guys. What are some of your hobbies?
Maybe what are hobbies that you dropped off of, and is it because of for what reason, right? Is it because you reached that pinnacle, or is it because you ran out of resources, or life got in the way, it fizzled out, like you quit cold turkey, you know? Let us know.
Yeah, how would we let them know, Kahai?
I don't know. I'm sure we'll have space where you guys can leave comments, but then we'll probably have.
Where can they get shipwrecked in this pastime paradise?
Hopefully, we'll have like a Patreon by then, or a place where you can join and talk to other people in the community and talk to us. So yeah.
So heads up, we'll probably use Patreon or like a Discord through Patreon to come chat with us and tell us about your hobbies, or if you want to know more about some of the hobbies that we do, like if you really want like exact recommendations from Kahai of which headphones to get and how, like which Japanese train that you have to take to go to the old record store to buy the lossless files that Kai is talking about, right, Kahai?
I don't know that. I just bought mine online. I don't know. I thought you were gonna talk about like Japanese train otakus, and I was like, no, I'm not a train otaku. Sorry, but it's cool if you are.
Yeah, if you're just gonna go to a city, like you get off at the stop, there's a really cool like record store, and then you buy it from there and stuff.
Yeah. But speaking about that is something from last week that we actually didn't talk about. And it is like, even though me and you talked about our hobbies that people can ask us opinions about, we never got Aaron. What are hobbies or things that people can ask Aaron about his opinions on?
Oh, I don't know. Basically the stuff that I talked about today.
Running, meditation.
I'll be asking you a lot about running, Aaron. But we'll save that for another podcast.
Yeah. I don't know. There's a bunch of other things too. But yeah, not as big as those things in my life. So
I will not be asking you about running, Aaron. I might be asking you how to order food in Korean. Maybe that will be my hobby question.
I mean, I don't need to learn. I just bring Aaron with me to Korea, and then he can just do it for me. Like, I don't.
Yeah.
Why should I learn it? Like, Aaron already learned it, so.
Yeah.
You look at the menu and then you point at the picture.
Oh.
And you tell him the number in English.
Yeah, in English.
Oh.
And you say this one slowly in English.
Man.
Like, how do you ask where to go to the bathroom? Do you just make like you're peeing, like, just hold your crotch and start like jumping up or like, pacing?
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
You look for the sign with the men symbol on it.
Or whichever your preferred, like gender.
Yeah.
Oh, Aaron is so authentic in his in ordering in Korean. Oh man.
Yeah.
So
I've
knowledgeable.
never really got very far in my Korean, and so I'm taking a new tactic now, but we'll see if that even pans out. So yeah.
We'll get updates, right? I think so. Since I did the intro this week for this podcast, can you do the next intro, Aaron, in Korean? Can you?
Ooh.
No, I don't think so. I don't want to embarrass myself.
It's like quickly running intro through ChatGPT Korean.
Yeah. It'll be the ChatGPT voice, the Korean voice.
And then it's like, why did they intro the podcast like with a sentence about like chickens or something totally off? Why is this?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, ask us, and we want to know about your hobbies, because we do, or at least I do, collect hobbies. So I might see something that I'm like, hey, I've always wanted to do that. So let us know what some of your hobbies are, and become part of our community.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Kahai, should we say aloha to these people?
Yeah, the last outro you used was pretty good. I thought. You want to use that again? You remember it?
Oh, I forgot, what was it? I don't.
I think you said.
It's past our time.
Oh, that's right.
You said this has been the Pastime Paradise podcast, and it's been past our time. We'll see you next time. Something like that.
Shoots.
Yeah.
That's it. That's the ending. You said it already.
Okay. Yeah, there we go.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.